In this tutorial, we are going to look at how we can integrate the LiveRecorder API into a program in order to record its execution. In an UndoDB release folder, you will find the UndoLR subfolder. This contains all the files needed to convert your application into a self-recorded one, that is, one or more static libraries, a shared object library, and a header file. Let's look now at the functions provided by the LiveRecorder API. The primary recording functions of LiveRecorder are UndoLR start, which starts recording the execution of the program inside of which it's called, UndoLR stop, which stops the recording process, and UndoLR save, that writes to a specified file the execution history that has been recorded so far. In addition, the UndoLR save on termination function will instruct LiveRecorder to save the recording to disk once the program terminates. The recording will be saved irrespective of the program terminating successfully or due to a crash. Additional LiveRecorder functions range from UndoLR save async, which is an asynchronous call to save a recording, up to UndoLR discard, which frees up resources associated with the stopped recording. We will look at the use of these functions in a future tutorial. Now let's continue with the process of integrating the LiveRecorder API into an application. There are three main steps to follow. Firstly, we need to include the UndoLR header file into our application's source code. Secondly, we have to add calls to the LiveRecorder API in order to start, stop, or save the recording as needed. Finally, when building the application, we need to link with the LiveRecorder library. For the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to use a demo application that implements a number of sorting algorithms. Let's copy the source file so that we create a new version that records itself. After opening the source file in a text editor of our choice, the first modification that we are going to do is to include the UndoLR header. Suppose now that we want to record from the beginning of the main function until its end. We will add a UndoLR start call at the beginning of the main function and a call to UndoLR save on termination that instructs LiveRecorder to save the recording to disk in a file called recording.undo once the program execution terminates. Finally, when building the application, we need to make sure that we are linking the UndoLR dynamic library and that the compiler knows the path towards the UndoLR header. Now we can simply run our application and observe that a recording has been generated. In this tutorial, we have shown how integrating the LiveRecorder API allows processes to record their execution. This is done through methods that control the recording process so that an application can start, stop, save to a file, or discard a recording that is kept in memory. The API is located in the UndoLR folder of the UndoDB release folder. Recording a process takes as little as 3 steps. The first is to include the UndoLR header file. Then we need to call UndoLR start in the location inside our code where we want recording to start. Finally, if we want a recording file to be generated when our process terminates, we can call UndoLR save on termination and pass it the file name for the recording to be saved in. For more information, visit Undo's documentation page at docs.undo.io.